Hey y'all, it's Val with Our Forever Farm, and today I've been out running errands, and I came in and Sweet Hunter said he would like to have a simple chocolate dessert. So his wish is my command, and we're gonna make homemade chocolate chip cookies. Let's get busy. So I was smart today. I got really prepared, and I wanted to show you just the ingredients that we're gonna use today. So, and I will tell you how much on each item as we go along. If you'd like to follow along with me, go ahead and preheat your oven to 375. So I've even got my mixer out and I've got it ready, and I've got 2 cookie sheets out, and I put parchment paper on them. I like to spray a little cooking spray underneath and on top of the parchment paper. It just seems to hold better in the pan. So in a small bowl, measuring cup, whatever, you want to start out with 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. I just got mine out of the freezer, so it's kind of sticking in this container here. So I'm going to use my whisk and get it out. It's just cold and wanting to stick to the container. Did you know that you can freeze flour? I always freeze my flour when I first get it. Next, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. We're going to add it to this. And we're going to do 1 teaspoon of salt. Now, the recipe that you'll see in the description box calls for kosher salt. I'm just using regular salt. And then I just whisk it together. So now we moved over to the mixer, and I brought the ingredients that I'm going to put in here in the mixer right now. So we're going to start out with 2 sticks of unsalted butter. And y'all know me, I love salted butter, but if the recipe calls for unsalted, that's what I use. And the recipe also calls for it to be softened. If you don't have any softened butter and you don't have time to let it sit out, just put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds and then let it sit there while you're getting your ingredients ready. It makes it really easy. So I'm going to put that in the mixer. The recipe calls for 3/4 cup of brown packed sugar. So I'm going to put that in. Whoops. It also calls for 3/4 cup of white sugar, granulated sugar. So I'm putting that in. You can use a hand mixer too, it doesn't matter. And you can also do this by hand. I just prefer not. So it calls for 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavoring, and I usually overflow it just a little bit. I tell you all the time, this is my homemade vanilla flavoring that I made a couple of years ago. And we are going to do vanilla flavoring. I promise I've got to get on that because I want to give some for gifts, and I also am going to need it soon. This is my last bit, and I had to borrow this from my daughter. Now we're going to mix this up. It's the brown sugar, the granulated sugar, the 2 sticks of butter, and the vanilla flavoring. We're going to mix it up until it's creamy. I start out on low and then just speed it up as I go. I love chocolate chip cookies. I really do. Sweet Hunter likes them more than I do. So now we're going to use 2 eggs, and we're going to put them in a bowl one at a time. Add them one at a time, beating in between. I like to beat this kind of fast since it's got the eggs in it. And then I just stop the mixer and scrape the sides down. I scrape it all down and mix it together again. Beat it just a little bit more. We're going to go ahead and add the flour in, and I like to just do a little bit at a time and mix it up really good. And you want to start the mixer back on slow, because you don't want to do like I do all the time and splatter flour everywhere. And you don't want to beat this real fast. You're just mixing it in. My oven's preheated, and I'm going to go ahead and add another, I probably will do about another third of this and mix it in. This is a really easy cookie to make, quick, easy. You can freeze these cookies. They're great. Melt in your mouth. I'm going to go ahead and add the last of the flour. And I think there's baking soda and salt in this. So we're going to add all that, try to get every bit of that without spilling it like I normally do. Once the flour incorporates in there, you can speed it up just a little bit. Again, you're not beating this, you are just mixing it together. Now we're going to stop it and scrape the sides down one more time. See all that flour on the side? You just want to get that all down in there. All right, we're basically through with the mixer. I need to get my spatula though and just get this off. Sweet Hunter loves to eat the spatula part, and he loves to lick the bowl. You just want to get all that off because you're through with it. So I'll put this on a plate for him. Here we're going to put in 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. And you're just going to fold these in with your spoon. And you'll just mix them in really, really good. Once you get the chocolate chips folded in really good, you can put this dough in the refrigerator if you'd like, and you can make your cookies at your convenience. You also can freeze this dough. You can make slice and bake cookies. But me, I'm cooking them now. Look at how beautiful this batter is. It's so thick. So you might have to take a smaller spoon just to get all this on the side. I'm trying not to scrape this real bad where y'all can't hear it because I have complaints about scraping. But you just want to make sure that all that is incorporated together and get as much off the sides as you can. I'm using a 2-inch cookie scooper. I'm not saying that this is the one to use. The recipe says to use a small one, but the only other small one I have is like a melon ball size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this and put it on my cookie sheet in little balls. The recipe also says 2 inches apart, so I think 3 to a row is good. I guess it's according to what size cookie scoop you use to how long you bake this, but the recipe says 9 to 11 minutes. And we're just going to play this by ear because they don't say the size cookie scoop you use. They just say a small one. To me, this is a small one. It also doesn't say how many cookies it'll make. I will tell you this, and there's plenty of chocolate chips in there. Make sure and get chocolate chips in your cookie. That's what makes them yummy to your tummy. My grandbabies love this, except for one. I have one that doesn't like chocolate. And I make him sugar cookies or peanut butter cookies. Whatever he wants, he gets. I feel like those could be closer to the edge. Can y'all see that? I'm just going to pull, that's the advantage of parchment paper. You can pull it up if you need it closer to the edge and need more room down here. If they do run together, it's no big deal. You just cut them apart. I mean, we're talking homemade here, right? And I know these aren't 2 inches apart. One pan done. Let's start on the other one. This is a smaller pan, so I know it won't hold as many. Probably going to do 2 across on this one. This will make a lot of cookies. Like I say, if you want to give them as gifts, that would be a great thing to do. If you want to freeze them, I love to have my freezer meals in the freezer. The other night, if y'all remember, we smoked wings one day. We did deep fried mushrooms. We made smoked salmon one day. Oh my goodness, it was delicious. And so one night, we weren't either one sure what we wanted to eat. So I just made a hodgepodge. I went and pulled out a freezer meal that had salmon, smoked salmon, and I served it with those sea salt Triscuit crackers. Oh my goodness, and horseradish. It was so good. I added 1 tray that had smoked wings, and the smoked wings had the deep fried mushrooms in it. And I had froze all that. All I did is put it in an iron skillet and put it in my oven. I'm not big on microwaving, so I didn't microwave any of it. And it was partially frozen. I hadn't let it sit out too long. I'm telling you, it was the best meal ever. So now I'm going to put these in the oven, and we'll see how long it takes. I'll link the smoked wings and the deep fried mushroom video in the description box. I don't think we did the salmon video. Sweet Hunter asked me why I didn't ever use my other oven. I forget. Thanksgiving, it was great. I had so much stuff going. I just forget. And this one's up higher. This one's lower. I need to use both of them, but I just forgot. So, let's get another cookie sheet. I just don't have many big ones. Every time I go to Dollar Tree, I buy these little packages of parchment paper. And I'll show you how I do I do it. You do not have to do this. You can scrunch your parchment paper up and it'll lay just fine. But I just like to spray a couple of squirts of that and then mash my hands on it. And then I just spray a little bit on here and it sticks just fine. And yes, you still have to wash your pan. And that's okay with me. This is a little bit bigger pan, but I'm still going to stick with 2 in a row. You know what? I didn't set the timer. 9 minutes. We'll see how that goes. I had to go out today, and since I wasn't here to cook, I asked Sweet Hunter what he'd like to eat, and he said surprise me. And it was, you know, he was working here at home, so I wanted to bring something home. I stopped, and I'm not going to say the name of it, but I stopped at an Italian drive-through place, and I called in the order. I called in spaghetti with meat sauce, mushrooms, and cheese on it, and a small Greek salad. It was $29. Oh my goodness. She came to the window and brought it to me, and I said, "Are you kidding me?" And she said, "And there's a place there for a tip too." And I love to tip. I don't mind tipping at all. But I mean, all they did was take it from the cook to the window. I guess they bagged it up too. It just blows my mind what things cost. You know, sometimes I like to go out to eat. I really do. Especially on days when I'm gone away from home and I haven't cooked anything and we don't just want a sandwich. But honestly, when I pay the bill, it just blows my mind. I'm just blown away. Back to this cookie recipe. I think you're going to love it. Me and my grandkids, when they were little, we made these all the time. 9 minutes. They look pretty good, don't they? All right. These will go in next. Now you'll see as these cool, they will kind of shrink down, but they're brown enough so you can actually see them. Kind of like a pie, you know, when you take a pie out and it starts out all puffed up and then they cool. They look really good. I'll show you what they look like when they completely cool. While we're waiting on those to cook and those to cool, I want to show you a sweet gift I got from my unmet friend Joyce. This is just so cute. She said that when she saw these, a friend of hers made these, and when she saw them, she thought of me. So these are little chicken coasters. Are they not the cutest thing you have ever seen? Look at that. Little chicken coasters. I hope her friend is watching. Look, it's even got a loop on it. I think those are so cute. So I'm not sure if she means for glasses. This size right here would be great for glasses. Look at that. I love them. They're so cute. Chicken coasters. But this one right here, it kind of looks like it might be big enough for a hot pad, like to set something hot on. I'll have to ask and see. But these are just darling. I love them. And the card, Joyce, you know what you made to me. We're unmet friends, but we're sisters. I love these. Thank you so much. While we're waiting on the last pan to cook, I thought I'd show you my chickens. This is what I see outside my kitchen window. Now, it's been very, very hot, and they haven't been out much. They stay in their run. So I'm glad to see them out. We just had a little rain shower. The littles are right up there on the top of the screen. They're so cute, and they're just home sweet home. But isn't that pretty? I also have my hummingbird feeder right there. I don't have any hummingbirds right now, but I can see it all. I got to get these cookies out. Aren't they beautiful? There's Sam. First pan. Second pan. I let them cool right in the pan. The only other pan I have is one that was in the oven just to keep drips from happening. And I'm not going to spray it because it is very, very hot. But I want to put this last pan of cookies in. I hope I can get them all on here. It's a pizza pan, and this pan is hot, let me assure you. Don't have enough cookie sheets. I freeze on my cookie sheets and like flash freeze. Right now I've got bananas on 2 of my cookie sheets in the freezer. And yes, you can freeze bananas. So if you've got bananas that are going to waste like a lot of us do, and you make banana bread or a hummingbird cake or anything with bananas in it, you can take them out and eat them in your cereal, whatever you want to do. Then you can freeze those. So I slice them up, I put them individually on a cookie sheet, and I flash freeze them. Sometimes I leave them overnight. They don't turn. Once you get them flash frozen means they're laying on a cookie sheet just like these cookies are, and they're individually freezing. Once they're frozen, then completely frozen, then I drop them in a Ziploc bag, and I have them anytime I want anything for bananas. Not sure I got one more scoop out of this or not. Okay. I gotta use a hot pad because this pan is hot. You can already see the cookies melting on there. I'm gonna set that for 8 minutes because that pan was so hot. I'm gonna wash my mixer. No, I'll save this for Sweet Hunter. Always remember, if your pan is hot, the cookies will continue to cook. These are the ones we just took out, and see they're still puffed up. This and this. This is the ones that have been cooling, and you can see them settling down. And we've got the pizza pan coming up. The last pan is cooking. I'm going to go ahead and get these out and put them on a tray for Sweet Hunter. Oh, let me show you my tray. Walk by faith, y'all. Walk by faith. I'll get these up. Put them on a tray. Make them really, really pretty. Look, doing the parchment paper like that, you can just pick them right up. I don't need the spatula. My goodness gracious, aren't those beautiful? The other pans have to cool. This one has to come out of the oven, but I thought I'd go ahead and give this a taste test. So look how pretty it is after it's cooled. I mean, why buy store-bought chocolate chips? They're so good. So good. So what I'm going to do with Sweet Hunter is I'm going to give him this, and then I'm going to see if he wants a bowl of his vanilla ice cream with this and maybe some chocolate syrup on it. This is delicious. Another thing I wanted to tell you, and I should show you this. So let me get 2 cookies. My daughter takes 2 chocolate chip cookies, and they're really good when they're warm. And she puts vanilla ice cream in between it and chocolate syrup on top and serves it. It's called mudslide, I believe. Oh my goodness, you need to try that. So I decided just to go ahead and show you how she does this. Now I'm taking 2 cookies, and remember our vanilla ice cream that we made the other day and we put in the container? I'm just going to take a knife and slice off some of the vanilla ice cream and put it between the cookies. This is going to be Sweet Hunter's dessert. He's absolutely gonna be in heaven. His favorite thing is vanilla homemade ice cream, and he asked for chocolate chip cookies. And then we're gonna top it off with Hershey's syrup, chocolate syrup. It's gonna be delicious. This is store-bought chocolate syrup, but I have a homemade chocolate syrup that's delicious too. He's gonna love this. You tell me your mouth is not watering. So just so you know, in case you want to freeze these cookies, Once they're completely cool and the pan is cool, you can put these just like this in the freezer. I'm probably going to add these to this and then go set these in the freezer. So they'll be individually frozen. I think there'll be enough room on here for this. They'll be individually frozen, flash frozen. And then, so that's ready. These are still warm. The first pan wasn't. They were good. These are still warm. These will sit out. But when they get completely cool, whatever Sweet Hunter don't want with that, I'll put on a cookie sheet too. And I'll freeze these. You can package them any way you want to. If you flash freeze them, they're going to be individually hard. And so you can just pull out of the Ziploc what you want. It's really a great thing. Fast food, y'all. Fast food. And if you want to warm them up, this is one time that I will tell you, you can warm these up in the microwave. Very little, like 10 seconds at a time. These cool. These are hot and ready too. Now I did these for 8 minutes. If you like yours a little bit lighter in color, these are just a little bit lighter in color. And the reason I did that is because this pan was so hot from being in the oven. And if they do touch like this when they're completely cool, you just take your knife and cut them. It's no big deal. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I sure did. I love cooking for you and I love talking to you. I love reading your comments and I try my best to answer as much as I can. Y'all also join us on Facebook where we do a lot of devotion. So this is another great thing we can put in the freezer if you can't eat them all like we can't. And then you can have them whenever you want. Easy to package, easy to make, and it just makes your house smell heavenly. Go make you a cookie. Y'all go cook something.